Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. Different episode today because the fish ain't biting. Hey mate?
Yeah, sadly not.
Fished our ass off and there's just nothing at the moment. So we decided to make a crab pot. It's an old traditional way of doing it. So stay tuned guys. It might be of interest to you to catch some lobsters off the shore. It's Smash Fishing. The basic design of how we're doing these guys with 2x1 batten, alcaphene pipe. This is 1.25 inches I think, or 1.5 inches. And we've got some smaller one for a door. The measurements, we're doing 500 wide by 900 long. I think that's ideal for the gullies that I chuck them in. So stay tuned to show you how we put them together. Hell yeah. What we do to start off guys, so we cut our batten to length. We've got a few here that we're going to do, but we're just going to show you one today. And what we do is halving joints on all of these, which means we do the 2 inches wide and then we go half the batten on each one. That makes a nice strong corner. So we get to that and we'll show you the next step guys. So you mark them up guys, and what you do is do this to all of the ends of the wood, both parts. So we're going to get through to cutting them now guys, and we'll show you the next step. Woo! So this is the basic gist of it guys. They're called halving joints. You're literally cutting half of the wood out, 2 inches to allow for, sorry I'll just get this one. And what you're allowing for is it to lap over like so, making a nice square corner. Hell yeah, bit of wood glue, bit of screws. How we're fixing these guys, there's our halving joints all done. And they'll be in there like so. You don't have to fuss too much, but that's exactly how they go. And what I do is get the pilot drill. Hopefully there's not too much shade here. One there. One there. Get the countersink. You don't have to countersink these, we just do because we don't want those splits in the wood. Just like so. You can see how it's fitted. And you get the good old wood glue. And smother it straight in there. Get loads of it in. It's going into salt water. These ain't gonna last forever, but they'll last a season, and that's all we want them for really, just to get a few lobsters. So that's it there, and you get a couple of screws. Drill bit falls out. Hell yeah. Get the last screw in it. There you go guys, lots of glue in there. Just spread that around the joints. Like I say, they don't have to be perfect. We're going to get all 4 done the same now, and then we'll show you the next step guys. What we do now guys, we've got them all fixed up, all glued in place. Like I say, nice square, and what we do is cut some corners of 1/2 inch ply. And what they do is, on the corners like so, this reinsures the whole thing. So what we're going to do is cut one for each corner now, get them screwed up, and get on to the next step guys. Woo! So I'm just screwing up the last one now guys, we've got them all glued. We're going to put a few extra screws in along the way. Like I say, you don't have to fuss with these, you just want it as strong as you can, hence why we use so much glue. Hell yeah, so that's perfect now. And what we're doing now is going to move on to the pipe. We're going to get these cut to lengths once we get all screwed up. And we're back in action, baby. Our next step, guys, is our piping. Nice strong pipe in this. I don't know how long that is, I'll just measure it. Oh, lovely job. So it's roughly 37 inches. And what we're doing is we're going to be drilling holes, 4 holes each side, and we'll be slotting the pipe in and putting it in like so. And hence the reason we need the sort of strong corners is because this will put a lot of strength into the crab pot. So we're going to get these lengths cut now, guys, and we'll show you how we get the holes cut and how we put them in. Now we've got our pipe cut, guys. We're going to be evening the holes out. We'll have 1 either end and then 2 in the middle, and then we need enough room for our pot in the top for the crabs to go in. So we're going to get all these marked up and cut now, and we'll show you the finished product. What we're doing, guys, is as you can see, we've marked the holes evenly spaced over for, we got 9-inch necks, so I've done a 10-inch hole so we can fold it in a bit, and if I wanted to put a bigger one in I can. Just gives you the option. And where we've marked, all we do is just mark them round. We have a 32mm drill bit that fits this perfect. This is 32mm pipe. I may have got it wrong before. Any pipe will do, even the thin, the really thin pipe. Where's that blue one? There. This blue pipe as well is ideal for crab pots. There's another channel over here that does it a local way. His name's Troy. If you want to go check his channel out, I'll leave it in the description of this video. He makes crab pots this way as well. It's like a Guernsey traditional way. He loves the old school fishing, so go check that out if you want to, guys. What we're going to do is get these drilled out now and then show you the pipes all set in. So that's the pipe in now, guys. That's the basic frame of it. We've left enough room for a door on this side. Our hole will either go here or here. We spaced them out so they can be varied. So what we've got to do now is put screws straight through here on each one to secure them in place. And we're on to the next stage, guys. Woo! Getting there. Next step for this, guys, is we've got a bit of plastic. You can use inch by inch batten or any sort of wood, but I like to use plastic just because it lasts a bit longer. So what we're doing is cutting a length just from here to here, and we're going to screw it straight onto the edge just as a support. Stop these rocking. They're bloody strong anyway, but it just secures your pot a little bit more. These especially, because I'm going to be putting these inshore in the gullies and that, so they're going to get smashed around a lot, so I want to build this to last. So stay tuned, we'll get this on. Next step, guys, the smaller pipe, which is a lot more bendy, is we've cut one about the same and it goes on the outside of the pot like so. And then what we do is we get a screw straight through here on either side, and that creates the door to move. So we're going to get that done now, guys. And then we'll start getting it all netted up. Hell yeah, we're nearly there. So that's the door on now, guys. As you can see, once we've netted the pot, wrap the rope round, this will fit nicely there. And when we want to take our fish out, we undo the strap, and then there we go. Lovely job. So now what we're going to do is get all the netting out and the rope, start getting the netting on, and then bind it up. We'll show you how we do it, guys. Woo! What we're doing now, guys, for the netting, we've got a smaller one. Any sort of netting would do, as long as the holes are not big enough for a lobster to get out. And then we start off at the far end. We get cable tie. Ooh, dropping it. Get one there, just to start off. And the idea of this is we start this side and stretch the netting over the pot so it's nice and tight. So we're going to get on that now, get the whole thing wrapped around here, and we'll show you how we pull it off and tie it up, guys. Stay tuned. What I do now, guys, is I'm pulling the net tight so it's like so, pulling it over to the back of the pot, And what we do is cable tie it round so it's nice and tight, cut the excess off, and then start binding. Now we've got the netting all tight around the top of the pot, guys. You can see, perfect. We've got more here to pull up yet. And what I'm doing is all the excess is you just trim off. Leaving the bottom, you'll rope the bottom in a minute. And this will keep it all nice and tight. Just like so. And for the end here, you want to leave just enough so you can pin it down at the end, just like so. So you want enough slack for that. So pull it down, give it a good old chomp. Just like so. And what you're left with is a bit of netting, and with this you just fold it in, keep folding it round until it ends up flat, and that's the end of your pot. So stay tuned, guys, we're going to get all this tightened up, shored up, and I'm going to show you the next part. There you go, guys, that's the outline of it done with the cable ties now. So what we got to do now is put one strip up the bottom and to your swing door, and then after that we'll give you a show how to shore the whole thing up, ready for throwing in the rocks, baby. Woo! So there's the netting all done now, guys, all zip tied on. There's the door, as you can see, works ideal. And what you got to do now is rope it. So what we're doing is thick rope on the bottom all the way around here, and that ties it in even more, keeping your pot strong, protects the wood from the rocks. And then we're on to the next step. What we're doing now, guys, is we're going to start roping around the crab pot. Got a small piece of rope here just for the entrance. All I do to start off with is just tie that off to start, and then I like to screw it into the wood. And all you're doing is, it's a little bit of a laborious job, but hey ho. You start off like that, and then you're wrapping round all the way. I like to go through every hole, make sure it's on nice and tight, just like so. I'll do a couple more to show you how it pulls the netting in nice and tight. That's it, keep going round, keep going round. Gonna get Sam on this in a minute, because this is probably the most time consuming job out of the whole thing. And that's what you're doing, guys, is, if I can show you like that, is you're wrapping round just like so, all the way round, and that tightens the nets up, stops anything getting broken on the rocks. So then we're going to get this one done and show you how we start off the next bit. That's the door rope now, guys. As you can see, it's all nice and tightened up now. And what we do now is a bit of a laborious job, is we do each of the pieces of pipe all the way around the bottom. So we're going to get to that now. Won't be filming all of it because it takes a long time on the time lapse, but you get the gist of it now. And what the idea of it, we left the gap there when we made it purposely, so when the rope connects up like that, it creates a seal for the lobsters. Getting there now, guys. There you go, you can see what we've done here. This is what shores up all the edges, stops the rocks battering them. This is the door, closes nicely like that, so no lobsters can get through. Hell yeah. And what we did with the end part of the rope, we had a bit left, and this is going to be where we tie our rope to the rock. So we'll be pulling it up from that corner. Just here, put a little eyelet on. So all we've got to do now is just put a little bit of rope over these parts. Just a little bit, you don't need too much because this is solid as it is. Hell yeah, getting there now guys. And after that I'll show you my fish trap neck. So we can get fish, lobsters or crabs, baby. Hell yeah. This is the net guys. What I've done is it's an old plant pot which I've put cable ties in to cause a fish trap. So the fish will go in and hopefully won't be able to get out. So what I'm going to do now is just cut the entrance. Try not to cut nothing up, just strapping nothing up with. I like to do this after I've roped up because you can see how tight everything is. This is ideal. And you'll get everything in these pots. You'll get spider crab, lobster, shanker, you name it. There you go. And all we do is find out where I put the holes and squidge it in there. Just like so. So the holes are lined up, ready to go. And then what I do is get a good old cable tie straight through the entrance here. Where is it? There we go, she's a beauty. Get it cable tied in, nice and tight. I like using plant pots because they're quite flexible, and this pot I'm going to be throwing into gullies. So I want it quite low profile so the waves, when they hit it, they don't roll it over. I've had a lot of pots smashed up over the years doing this. Right, get that one on. Just like so. So you get the basic gist of it now guys. And what I'm going to do is, the rest of the netting, I'll be pulling it out so it goes long ways. And that'll be it. And as the fish goes in, they'll be in. And the lobsters, hopefully. Woo! For the finishing touches now, guys, all I've got is a bungee, just with the hook on it. That's the neck all done now. And as you can see, do you want to come down with the camera, mate? As you can see, as the crabs go in, they push the, they go in, and the cable ties just prevent them even more from coming out, especially the fish. This is a great way for bream, stuff like that. As you can see, they go in, these move out. I've done this quite a lot in the past and it works absolutely amazing. So what I do with this is just cutting that off like so, fold it over, try and knot it somehow. Get a little loop in there, just like so. There we go. A bit of a tire inner tube is great for this. So that's all it is. And then I put it through the door, just like so. Make sure it's not in the way of anything. Give it a tug, and what you're doing is just pulling it over, hook it onto the net, and that's it. That's your door secure, ready to catch some crabs. And for the finished part, we're going to be putting sash weights in here for the to weigh it to the bottom. 2 or 3 sash weights. I'm not going to put them in today because I've got to carry this down the beach. It's going to be a long one. So what I'm going to do is leave it as that. That's the ideal way of making a crab pot with a bit of wood. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. As for the bait, you can either use a traditional neck and put a band on it, or what I like to do is just get a piece of wire, go straight through the entrance here, and in the middle of it just create a loop, and then you can hang your bait off that, and then nothing can get it from the outside. They have to go in, and you're laughing all the way to the cook pot, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Me and Sam have been at this for about 4 hours now, dude.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been good. Can't wait to try it.
Hell yeah, guys. I might do another video on how to make a store pot for your catch. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. It's a bit different because since there's not much fish around. So stay tuned for the next episode. If you like my channel, like, subscribe, and smash fishing. One more thing that I forgot to mention is to drill holes in all of the pipes for less buoyancy in the water, make it sink a lot better and stay on the bottom. Thanks for watching.